Hey guys, Cooper Carter here for G66, and in this video I want to show you just how easy it is to quickly get a great guitar tone out of the Asphex 2 XL Plus from Fractal Audio Systems, the world's most powerful digital guitar processor. The Asphex 2 has over 250 different amplifier types to play through. It has over 150 different factory cabinets with 1,000 plus spots for user cabinets and third-party impulse responses. It has dozens of both classic and modern effects, including over 30 different types of drive pedals, 40 different reverbs, delays, echoes, filters, compressors, modulation effects like flanger, phaser, chorus, rotary speaker cabinets, synthesizers, filters, and a built-in looper. The Asphex also includes the powerful tone match feature, which not only allows you to capture the sound of your tube amplifiers and take them with you into the studio, but also gives you the power to precisely capture the sound of your favorite recorded guitar tracks. The Asphex 2 ships with 384 different factory presets, and there are hundreds more empty user slots for your own presets. The first 100 or so factory sounds are an amplifier showcase, giving you quick access to the raw power of the amplifier types in this unit. The power of the Asphex opens up an expansive and beautiful tonal palette that runs the gamut from crystal clear cleans mid-gain, edge of breakup type tones, to classic rock crunches. High gain and metal rhythms. Big soaring leads. Lush, atmospheric, and ambient sounds. And some extreme electronic, modulated, and synthesized sounds. Part of what makes getting great tone on the Asphex 2 so quick and easy is the Edit editor, which allows direct USB access to all the features of the Asphex 2 and gives you a really intuitive editing experience that lets beginners treat the Asphex like any other guitar rig that you're familiar with, while also letting advanced users dive into some pretty extreme parameters. You can adjust the bias of your amplifier, swap out different tube types, or maybe use one of a dozen EQs to push your sound to unheard of levels of tonal precision. Of course, if you're quickly dialing in a tone, you can always start with a factory preset you like and then make some small adjustments. but I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get a great tone starting from absolute scratch. What we're looking at here in the editor is the grid of an empty preset. Think of this like a blank slate for your guitar rig, just with fewer 9-volt batteries and small cables necessary. I'm going to start by running a digital cable from the input of the Axe straight to the output. Then I'm going to right-click in an empty spot and select the amplifier block. Now I'm going to select an amplifier type. One of my favorites in the Axe 2 is the Class A15. It's got a great edge of breakup sound that can clean up with the volume knob and can get pretty snarly if you push it hard. Next, I'm going to right-click again and add a cabinet block. I'm going to select a suitable cab. I really like factory number 83. Now right there, after only 2 steps, I've got an amplifier and a speaker. Let's listen how that sounds. That's a pretty nice tone right out of the box. But let's add a little reverb to give it some space. There are so many great reverbs in the Axe that it's hard to choose, but personally I really like the London plate, so I'm going to select that. Now I'm going to add a delay block. I'm going to select the analog mono delay, and I'm going to add a tremolo. Adjust the rate a little bit, adjust the depth a little bit, and let's see how that sounds. Now my absolute favorite modulation effect is the rotary speaker. I'm going to set the rate pretty slow. I'm going to bypass my tremolo, and let's see how that sounds. Now I'm going to bypass all of our modulation and add a drive pedal to our tone. I'm a big fan of the tube drive because it pushes the amplifier really organically. So let's try that. Now for something a little bit extra on our tone. The multi-delay is an incredibly versatile effect that can give you a lot of different sounds. Now if I take the time and the mix down just a little bit, I can use the multi-delay to create a massive lead. So with just a few clicks and no advanced editing at all, I've created an entire guitar rig for myself out of a blank preset. I've got a really nice foundational tone and a lot of different effects that I can combine to create different sounds on top of that tone. Now with hundreds of different empty preset slots in the Axe 2, I could create a new preset for each different effect combination that I like and have easy instant access to them. But instead what I'm going to do is use scenes. Think of scenes like presets within a preset. There are 8 scenes in each preset, and each of these 8 scenes lets you store a different combination of effects turned on or off, and will also allow you to seamlessly swap between 2 different settings of most effects, called XY states. The scenes feature is essentially taking every sonic possibility of your preset and giving you the same access to them that a giant MIDI switching pedal board would give you to the tonal possibilities of a physical guitar rig. So I'm on scene 1 now, and I'm going to bypass everything except my foundation tone, amplifier, cabinet, and reverb. In scene 2, I'll turn on my tremolo. In scene 3, I'll swap in my rotary speaker cabinet and my delay. In scene 4, let's create a lead using the drive and the delay. In scene 5, I want to create an even bigger lead. So what I'll do is activate my multi-delay and select the Y state of the drive. Now I have access to a completely separate drive pedal within this same drive block. I'll pick the TS808 drive type and crank up the level a good bit. For this video, I'll make scene 5 my last scene, but remember that every preset allows 8 different scenes. Now for me, for most live shows, that's going to be all I need, which brings me to the MFC foot controller. The MFC is an incredibly powerful foot controller, and it's designed to work seamlessly right out of the box with the Axe-Fx. All you need to do is connect the 2 units using a standard run-of-the-mill XLR cable, and the MFC gives you instant access to all of your presets, up to 4 different expression pedals, 4 different external switches, tap tempo, tuner display, and most importantly for this video, at default setting, the MFC gives you access to the first 5 scenes of every preset. Now by default, along the bottom row of the MFC, the first 5 switches select between the first 5 presets of any given bank. But if you hit this reveal switch at the top right of the MFC, you now have access to the first 5 scenes of whichever preset you're in. So with just a few minutes in Axe Edit and an entirely default MFC, I've gone from a completely blank Axe-Fx 2 preset to a stage-ready full guitar rig. So I hope this video gave you a sense of just how easy it is to quickly get a great guitar tone out of the Axe-Fx 2. We created an entire switchable guitar rig with half a dozen effects in the same amount of time that it takes to heat up a tube amp and tune a couple guitars, and we did it from scratch. I've played a lot of gigs where I've just taken a factory preset, made 1 or 2 adjustments, and hit the stage. For more videos that get deeper into the Axe-Fx 2 and all other Fractal audio products, keep it right here on G66. I'm Cooper Carter. Until next time, take care.